From the BG Ad Group studios, this is a special Paulding County News Election podcast with your host, Melissa Carter.
Scott Turner is here with us. He is running for the Paulding County Commissioner Board Post 1. Is that correct, Scott?
That is correct.
Scott, thank you for being here. One of the questions I've asked everybody, and I'm going to ask you, is, what's your motivation for running for office? Because it seems that now in this tense political climate, that it really takes people who are, I consider, brave. So how did you get to this point?
First of all, thank you for having me. It got to where I was not receiving the answers that I was wanting. I mean, not even the ones I wanted, that I was seeking. Every finger was being pointed to a different direction. You go to zoning, they say the board. You go to the board, they plant zoning. Being in a political race, you have different things that you're passionate about. I mean, like traffic. We're sitting here talking about traffic in Paulding County. We have one of the major corridors coming through Paulding County, which is 92, and another one, which is 120. It's about to open up. It's about to open up to 6 lanes in most of it, and then 4 lanes to 6 lanes in other areas, going from here, from Douglas County, I-20, all the way up to 41 up in Ackworth. So this major corridor is going to bring in a lot of traffic. It's going to bring in a lot of trucks. I have not seen anything where it says, hey, we're going to bypass these trucks from, say, Hiram, which, Post 1 goes to Hiram, but I'm not just for Post 1. I'm for Paulding County. What is the traffic going to be like at Crossroads? With the amount of traffic and the amount of trucks, you're about to double that. You're about to triple that, because you have a wreck over at, say, Thornton Road. It's going to throw everything on I-20 to Fairburn Road all the way up to Ackworth, right? Those things concern me, especially when I have a daughter that's 16-year-old that just started driving. I have other children that have been driving, but now it's starting to scare me. We're starting to get a lot more traffic, a lot more road rage. I made a film the other day at Macklin 92 where it only gave me 8 seconds to turn. That's 2.5 cars, and pretty much 5 cars went through there. 2 or 3 of them ran the red light. So when you talk about safety, what is a life worth? You can't put a dollar figure on that. 92 is a state highway. Board of Commissioners can't do anything about that. Well, if you can raise enough cane, you can stir enough up, and you can get what you need to get done.
It's a case of, instead of complaining about it, right, you're doing something about it. And that's why you got here. Scott, I mean, talk about the fact that Paulding County, one of the fastest growing counties in the state. And I've said that on a lot of these interviews because there are new issues that come up with that growth in population. And to your point, traffic and roads and how you're going to plan for the future has to be one of those top concerns.
It can't be that we're going to talk about this, what's going to happen in 5 years. We need to be planning for 5 years. If we're talking 5 years from now and you have the same people running the same thing and they're not doing anything about it, there are some great people in this county. I don't put my name behind any of the people that are running because it could damage what they have going on, but I believe in a lot of things that they're saying. I believe in a lot of things that they really have the passion for this county. I can't say go back to the old Paulding County, but where it was more like family, it was more like country, and that's not going to happen. But we have to plan for the traffic so we're not ending up like downtown Atlanta or 285 where we have potholes in the road and where you're hating to drive back and forth.
I'm sure if you interviewed people, like you said, in the Atlanta area, and they probably said, well, they should have had a plan 20, 30 years ago for this growth that came now, right? And so here we have Paulding County in the same situation where it's growing, and instead of ignoring it, to your point, you have to face it.
There's little things that you can do. Coming from Douglasville, why can't you use the bypass as far as saying, hey, trucks can only go around this way instead of going through downtown Hiram? That's one little thing, but it doesn't take care of from 120 up to Ackworth. Where's the plan of expanding that intersection now that we have a gas station, we have a Starbucks? That intersection has got to be widened up, but now you're going to take out a lot of businesses. So what's the plan? We're working on it. Well, what is your plan? What have you done so far? Being at the round table the other day, I've been in this county since a week before the blizzard of 93. I know a lot of people in this county, but being at that round table, I realized that there's a lot of people I don't know. I only knew like 6 or 7 people in that room. I was like, I've been in this county for this long, and there's this big of a disconnect. Plus, we have all these rental houses to where you're not really going to know your neighbor anymore. So that brings in the whole police thing. The sheriff's running around saying, hey, we're going to make this better. but the funds are not there to be able to give them body cams. We need to preserve a lot of the wildlife around here. There was a coyote in my neighborhood just this morning. The neighborhoods are driving the coyotes and all the wildlife into the populated area, which is dangerous in itself. In post one, where we have on Bobo and Macklin, where it's a traffic jam every day in the afternoons. But we're going to build a lacrosse field a mile and a half up the road. Nobody's thinking ahead. There's 5 of us. If y'all 4 want to go ahead and do a tax hike or cost the Paulding County more people, my answer is going to be no. Not unless it benefits the people of Paulding County.
I just asked Scott, why is he running? And I mean, you can tell the passion in your voice about all these issues that reflect a huge amount of the Paulding population feeling the same way. Before we go, how do people find out about your campaign, more about you? Is there a website or something that they could go to?
I have a page. It doesn't matter what I say. It's always going to be tore down. My phone number's on there. You can call me anytime.
This is a similar question I've asked other candidates again in other offices. Is it different in an age of social media to run for office? Like, does it make it easier or does it make it tougher, do you think?
I never knew I had that many enemies.
Really?
I never, and I say that, I mean, you have to have, even the passion that I have, you still have to have thick skin because, like I said, you don't realize you have that many enemies. Now you walk outside, you're like, I didn't know this many people hated me. It's not anything that I've done. It's just I'm running against somebody that they believe that needs to be in office more than I do. And I tell people all the time, we talk about the Trump-Biden race, right? Mm-hmm. Those are things that's going to affect you more along the long term. But your local political races is what's going to affect you next week, next month, in the coming year. When your millage rate goes up, those type things are going to affect you more on your local races. They're spending your tax money and your tax dollars, your SPLOST dollars right here at home. They could go to better schools. They could go to, like I said, body cams. Let's just say on building a house. When you talk about $250,000 home, or yes, that's on the low end now in Paulding County, but even a $400,000 home, if you say, hey, you know what, it may not be favorable to everybody, but let's just say we put another $1,000 for the permit and put that towards building the police up, building the task force, building some of the things that we need to be more secure, building the morale to say, hey, you know, I can't go out here and do my job if I don't have the right equipment. You know, there's a lot of things that could be done and not cost the taxpayers what it's costing them.
Well, Scott, we've run out of time, but what a pleasure it is to talk to you. And again, Scott Turner running for Paulding County Commissioner, Board Post 1, and the primary is May 21st. Scott, thank you for taking the time out to talk to us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to this special election Paulding County News podcast. Stay tuned for more interviews with our local political candidates.
Life's a constant hustle, and at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union, we're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power, from crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, you're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.